Hey guys, what's up? Will here. Basically, I'm here showing you guys how to make a safe, very powerful nuclear reactor. So let's get into this. So basically with the nuclear reactor, the first thing, of course, that you want to do is get all the parts that you need. So right here is basically all the parts that you need. Now, for the Mark III collector, you can go with a Mark I or even just put a Corey down somewhere and have it send everything into the energy condenser and make it make glass. Now, I'm just going to talk with the I'm going to talk through the items real fast, and then I'm going to show you guys how to get ice. Sorry, not glass. Legit. All right. So basically, the nuclear reactor. The way you make the nuclear reactor is you just look it up on here and then click U on it. Same goes with everything, but so you need a nuclear reactor, a reactor chamber, a collector of any kind, at least one piece of glowstone, which it's not needed, but it's recommended, an energy condenser, a thematic, or thematic, I don't know how to say that, whatever, tube, a piece of ice, a piece of stone, or any random block that you don't need, a timer, and a world anchor. I'm not going to place down a world anchor because I'm not going to be keeping this. But, so the way you make ice is by going and getting snow, and the way that you get snowballs is by going into a snowy biome and taking out with a shovel and hitting the snow. So once you got your snow, you're going to want to go to your compressor, and you're going to want to throw it in your compressor. And as you guys can see, it's making ice blocks right now. So that's basically how you make ice. So now that you have a MFSU connected to this, the way that you get your MFSU, by the way, connected to this without any transformers is to get 2 transformer upgrades and just put them in here. That's a later episode if you guys want that. It's not needed. But so getting into this, so the way that you want to do it is you want to put down a block that you don't need, and once you put that block down, you can just get rid of it. You're gonna want to place down your reactor. Nuclear reactor itself, and then you're going to want to be getting, I'm just throwing the parts away as I go so you guys know. So now you're going to want to get your reactor chamber. You're going to want to put this on every side, every showing bit of the reactor itself. So you should in total place down 6. So when you open it, you have a big zone to work with. As if you didn't do that, you would have a very small workspace, which is not the recommended thing for this. So once you have this completely filled and you have that, the next thing you want to do is head over to here, and you're going to want to stand on this block and place it right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to want to get your collector, and you're going to just want to put them there. Now, like I said, you don't need the glowstone, but excuse me a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Alright, and then, like I said, so you don't need the collectors, but they do help, so I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to place down the glowstone. You only need 2 pieces, 1 piece is good enough. Now what you're going to want to do is you just want to place down the tubes. I always forget what they're called, the thematic tubes, whatever. Now you're going to want to throw in the ice block, and as you guys can see, it's making ice fairly fast. So, while that's running, what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this side. We're going to make ourselves a monitor. There we go. A thermal monitor. That's what we're going to make ourselves, one of these. That's going to go right up on here. And now once you do that, you're going to grab a lever and some redstone. You can use the Buildcraft redstone, or you can use the regular redstone. And then also grab yourself a repeater. I'm just going to spawn myself in a repeater. Redstone repeater. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to place down your redstone repeater here and lead over the wires to there. You're going to want to turn this on and make sure that that's like that. What this is going to do is this is going to activate this to make it stop. this is going to activate this to make it stop. Once you hit this switch, everything goes off, and this thing turns on since it's connected to this. Now it's active, so is the nuclear reactor. So if you hit this switch down, the nuclear reactor right now is off, and it cannot generate power. It won't use up your uranium, and it won't use up your ice. So right now is the best time to go ahead and grab a couple stacks of ice. In total, you're going to need 7. Once you got your 7 stacks of ice, you're going to want to place them along the bottom, leaving 2 lines, or 1 line, sorry, on each side. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and get your uranium. So let me just dump everything out here. You're still going to need your timer, don't worry. Uranium. So now I'm just going to spawn myself in a ton of these. I know this looks like a lot of uranium. You guys are probably about to scream because it's so much uranium. But literally, this is the safest generator to make a ton of power. So let's just put that there. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So, now that our reactor is completely done like that, the next thing that we want to do is, now this actually will blow up our MFSU. Believe it or not, that will blow up our MFSU. But the next thing we want to do is place down our redstone repeater. We don't want to touch the timing system. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the ice out, and it's going to start sending ice. Or it should start sending ice, but it doesn't look like it is. I have no clue why it's not sending ice. Let me give something a try. Let me try making these tube a redstone tube. I don't believe that that's the right thing. I'm sorry for this, guys. I don't understand this. It's supposed to just be that, and then a timer. But it doesn't look like that is actually working for some reason. I'm not sure why. I will be right back, guys. That is weird. I'm back, guys. So, we need a filler, actually. I forgot all about that filler. I'm not going to edit any of this out, just so you guys can see my mistake. Filter. So once we have our filter now, I'm going to go ahead and place it there like so that the tiny circular part is pushing out. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to place down this, and as you guys can see now, it's spitting ice into the reactor chamber. So we're going to speed this up a little bit, and we're just going to, we can't throw any of that in there, so that's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flick the switch after we get our MFSU and tubes ready. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some... where is it? Some... There we go. Some 4 in whatever, high voltage cable. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a MFSU. There we go. So now we're going to place down our MFSU here, and our power going into the MFSU. I don't believe that this will actually destroy my MFSU, but just in case it does, I'm going to grab a HV transformer, which I shouldn't have to do, but I may have to. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to flip the switch after I show you once again. So now, yep, that did break my, did blow up my nuclear reactor. So we're going to go ahead and place this down like so, and like that. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong thing. So that goes down like that, and this comes down like this. So now we're going to flip the switch, and as you guys can see, it's generating a lot of power, very fast. And if you have multiple of these things set up, it's a lot better. So you can see that this ice will never run out. It is getting filled almost instantly. I'm going to go ahead and help this out just a bit. But as you guys can see, it's going almost instantly. It's pretty fast. And you see the uranium isn't going down very fast either. The reason for it not going down very fast either is because of the way we have it set up. If you set this up in any other way, say you put one more uranium right there, this whole thing will blow up. And that will blow up, so will the tubes. Because this right here is the complete maximum that these tubes can actually hold. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That it's almost it's almost at a blowing up point. But that's how you make a nuclear reactor that is completely 100% safe. If you put that world anchor down, it's even more safe, so that it's just in case you come back and say, I'm just going to do this for testing purposes, but say your redstone, say the repeater blows up. So now we're going to go ahead and take all the ice out. So your repeater broke right now because of the repeater broke because the world anchor wasn't here. So in a couple seconds that you'll see that it turns this on right now, which is why we have the thermal monitor here, because as soon as it senses it's about to go under 500, it'll turn off the whole machine. So let's say this breaks too, so that's broken right now as well. So now it's catching on fire. As you guys can see, it's literally on fire, and boom, the whole thing blows up. Now, like I said, that could all be avoided. I'm just checking for any damage outside. So that could all be avoided if you have the thing down. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys didn't. I hope this video actually did help you make a nuclear reactor safe. Let's grab some lava. There we go. Just burning up all of these, so they're not making the server lag. But yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I will catch all of you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later, like I said, multiple times. Alright, thanks.